Hello everyone, I'm Karen Rowe, and today we're doing Power Outline Hangout. So I am just waiting for a few people as they log in. And while you're waiting, I just want to thank you for joining me. I'll be guiding you through a Power Outline process. And as you're waiting, the first thing you need to do is open a document, as we'll be creating the Power Outline. If you want to write it out by hand, that's fine. But typically using a computer to create a digital version will probably be more practical. And you just want to name your document Power Outline. And you should be coming to this meeting with a fair idea of what your book is going to be about. Now, if you don't know all the details, that's fine, but you do want to have a topic picked and a general idea. Okay, so I'm just going to explain the exercise a little bit. It's a timed exercise. And essentially what I find is we spend way too much time in our heads, especially when it comes to writing. We spend way too much time procrastinating, avoiding getting organized. And this obviously affects our writing and our book and how long it takes us to get it out. The real idea with this exercise is that you will be timed for each section. And the whole idea is to shut off your left brain. So if you're someone who's highly analytical and a little bit less creative, then you probably tend to overthink things, and that is what's getting in the way of your creativity. So if you're stuck with your book, maybe you've been trying to write it for a long time, maybe you're overanalyzing, or you are constantly going back in and making edits and that sort of thing, that's what could be causing you to be stuck. So I do this Power Outline exercise at the beginning of my process with all my clients, because from here on out, you will then have everything that you need to move forward and create a structure for writing. Okay, so just as more people are joining us, I just want to make sure that you've got a document open and that you're ready to type. So we'll be going through the steps. I'll say it once and then I'll repeat it. And I will be timing you, so you don't have to worry about anything but writing. So, step one, you have 2 minutes to write your title. Now, if you don't know what it is, that's fine, but your topic or area that you think you're going to write the book about. So you have 2 minutes to write your title and a 1-paragraph description of what your idea is for your book. And you obviously don't want to be moving into the next step until you're instructed to do so. So again, 2 minutes to write your title and a 1-paragraph description of your book, and go. One minute, 30 seconds. And 40 seconds left. So again, a title and a 1-paragraph description of what your book is about. Just remember, there's no wrong answers. Keep typing. Everything is perfect. 15 seconds. and 5 seconds. And that's time. I'm going to give you an extra 10 seconds or so, just if you can finish up what you're doing. Okay. So again, just remember the purpose of this is not to overthink. If you catch yourself thinking, I don't know this, that's perfect. The whole idea is free-flowing thought and brainstorming. Don't overthink it. Moving on to step 2. You now have 3 minutes to write down 16 subjects you might write about in your book. Again, don't worry about details. You don't have to worry about grammar or spelling, and just shut off your inner critic. Ignore any passing thoughts or criticisms that may enter your head while you're writing, and trust your instincts. Now, even if what you're writing doesn't make sense, just write down whatever comes up. You will have the opportunity to organize it later. So again, you have 3 minutes to write down 16 subjects that you might write about in your book. 3 minutes, 16 subjects, and go. Two minutes, 30 seconds. If you're not typing, then you're overthinking it. "16 subjects, you've got 2 minutes left." And we've got 1 minute left. And we're at 30 seconds left. Keep writing even if it doesn't make sense. Now is not your time to think. Trust whatever comes up. Okay, 5 seconds left. And that's time. That's time. Now, take a look, and if you don't have your 16 subjects, take 30 extra seconds right now just to make sure that this part is done. Okay, so if you're coming up a little bit short, just take a little bit of extra time. If you're listening to this as it's being recorded, you can pause it and give yourself how much ever time you need, but don't give yourself more than another 2 minutes. Okay, once you have your 16 subjects, we're going to move on to step 3. So now you have 2 minutes to reorganize, make improvements, spell check, look at logical or chronological order of the previous 16 subjects. So this will make all of you left brainers very happy. You can now take the time to just move around all those 16 subjects that you just put. If some don't fit where they are, move them either further ahead or further back into the order. Okay, so 2 minutes to reorganize, make improvements, spell check, or work on logical or chronological order of the previous 16 subjects. And go. One minute left. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. And that's our time. Step 4. You now have 2 minutes to pick your top 10 preferred subjects and put them with a space in between. So again, you want to take your top 10 preferred subjects, and then you want to leave a space of about 4 or 5 spaces in between each one. So 2 minutes, pick your top 10. And if you really can't decide and you like all 16, by all means keep all 16. If there's some you can combine, then do that. And if you still need to add more subjects, you're not at 10, then go ahead and do that. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 minutes and go. We've got a minute left. 20 seconds left. And that's our time. So step 5, you now have 7 minutes to write down 4 topics, issues, pieces, or components for each of your top 10 categories. So that's why I asked you to leave a space in between each one. You have 7 minutes to write down 4 topics, issues, pieces, or components for each of your top 10 categories. So again, I just want to remind you, you don't want to be overthinking. Whatever comes up is perfect. Keep digging. Don't judge what comes up. You might be surprised. That's fine. Maybe topics are coming up that aren't even part of your initial idea. I really want to encourage you to trust that. So 7 minutes, 4 topics for each of your top 10 preferred subjects, and go. And we're at 5.5 minutes. And 4 minutes. 2.5 minutes left. Remember, you are writing 4 topics, issues, pieces, or components for each of the top 10 categories. And you just, a reminder not to overthink and just trust whatever comes up. This is the brainstorm, free-flowing thought portion. And 2 minutes left. One minute left. "30 seconds left. You really want to push it for this last little while. Five seconds left. Okay, and that's time. Now again, if you're listening to this recording after the fact and you still need more time, you can press pause now. But I encourage you to not give yourself too much time and to continue right through to the end. Now, for those of you listening live, if you need more time, you can take it now. But really, that is the end of the process. Essentially, what this should give you is 40 topics and 40 writing prompts that you can now use to start to write your book. Now, if you take one topic at a time, write to each of these topics, you have a better chance at avoiding getting stuck or lost. And if you don't have time to write a book, you could even take one of these topics per week and easily write a chapter a month with little disruption to your life. Now, it would take you 10 months. However, you could continue managing your business or managing your life and working your job and all the other things that you have to do in order to make your life work. Now, if you have a tighter timeline than that, then you still want to take them, but you might maybe take them one at a time and take one a day. So each one of these topics, issues, pieces, or components can then become your subchapters and your subheads. This could also work as 40 blog posts, which is another way that you can start to build your book out. Look at it as one blog post at a time and blog your book. But the whole concept is just to get this done, and now you have a framework. And I just want to remind you, this is a living, breathing document, and it will change as you work through the writing process, as well as once you walk away today, you're going to think about other ideas and subjects to add. Some others may no longer be a fit, but for now, at least, this exercise, the intention of it was to give you some clarity and an initial working structure that you can now walk away from right now and get started on your book. So that's it. I promised you it would be painless, and it was, hopefully. Thank you for joining us, and please put any questions in the comment section. I would love to hear from you and love to get feedback on how this was for you. Thank you for joining me. Again, my name is Karen Rowe. I'm at KarenRowe.com, KarenRowe.com, or please email me, Karen at KarenRowe.com. Would love to have feedback. Happy writing.